You want to get a cake shop, get it. But just know, cake shops are not what they used to be years ago. If you're new here, I'm Cynthia Carr, owner and operator of Cake Spot Cynthia here in Baltimore, and I've been in a retail cake shop now for over 15 years, and I've been in the baking industry overall for over 30 years. So I know a thing or two about this industry. So I get it, you at home and you feel like you're overwhelmed now with all of the orders that you're getting, at home, and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, it's time for me to go into a shop. Retail shops are not what they used to be, many years ago. The retail businesses have definitely changed. Even with the big box brands, that you see now, you see a lot of those retail chains are closing down as well, because retail is just not the same as it once was before. I know for me, the last 5 years in retail have been, no, not the last 5 years. I will say since the pandemic. Since the pandemic, retail has definitely changed for me. What I have also learned is, if you're going to get out there and you're going to scale and you're ready to, upgrade your baking business and you think you want to go into a shop, get a food truck. Just get a food truck. Because what you don't want to do is going into a retail bakery, you're going to have a shit ton of overhead. My overhead for my retail store is $28,000 a month. That's all in. That's counting all my personal bills. That's counting all the business bills, because you have to count the personal bills, because that business have to pay your personal bills. So all in, my overhead is $28,000 a month. With the food truck, you know how much my overhead is with that? Gas. Gas to run the food truck and the inventory to put on the food truck, and that's it. Because my food truck is paid in full. I mean, if you get a food truck and you end up financing it, then that'll be a part of your overhead, of course. But you're not going to have a crazy payroll. You're not going to have a high ass rent. You're not going to have a shit ton of, inventory, that you have to buy, unless you're doing very, very well on your food truck. And that is very much possible to do on a food truck. Yes, you can make over $100,000 a year on a food truck. You can actually make over $300,000 a year on a food truck if you go in it with the correct strategy. Especially if you're doing the dessert food truck. I will say, because I have a dessert food truck as well, but I don't just sell desserts. I will say, if you get a dessert food truck, you also want to incorporate some kind of quick meal. And when I say you want to incorporate some kind of quick meal, you want to be able to get the entire 20 from that customer.